everyone. I am from Ambition Law Institute, and it's such a great honor for me to sit with a DJS Topper today. As you all know, Delhi Judicial Services has recently made the results out, and I am right now sitting with one of the great personality who has secured rank 31 in Delhi Judicial Services. So I am going to call Mr. Kashish Bajaj in front of the screen to have a basic interaction with all of you so that you may have a knowledge how he sailed through his journey, what is his experience, and basically how he got to achieve this rank 31 in DJS. So let us have a word with him. Hello, Mr. Kashish Bajaj. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you because we all know Delhi Judicial Services is one of the toughest exam and Delhi Judiciary is the best out of all. So I would like to congratulate you for the great success.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this honor.
So please let us know what is your experience, how you sailed through this journey, and what are you feeling right now?
So it's a dream come true, and I've achieved the final goal that I wanted to. But it's been a long journey for me. So firstly, I like to introduce myself. Hello, I am a 2018 batch pass out from IP University, and ever since then I have this dream of achieving Delhi Judicial Services. Squarely, Delhi Judicial Services was my focus, and there I was determined to achieve that particular goal.
So I would like to know how are you feeling right now? What is your experience and how did you sail through the journey?
I don't have words to express my, the current state, because it's a dream come true. Delhi Judicial Services, specifically Delhi Judicial Services. So the experience has been, ever since my enrollment with the bar, it has been a learning experience for me, because the intricacies of laws involved, and specifically while we are preparing for the judicial services, and that too for Delhi Judicial Services, gives us the to explore as much law as we can, because it's not just confined to the bare language or anything. We have to put in our efforts. We have to focus on each and every word and what is the interpretation. So that is how my learning experience has been ever through.
So since you got your admission in LLB, since then were you determined for the judiciary or you made your mind after that?
Actually, it was even prior to the enrollment with the LLB. My experience, my first encounter with as to why I want to become a judge dates back to my while I was in my seventh standard. I went to the court for the first time. Since my father is also a lawyer, so I had the privilege to visit even in the seventh standard.
Right.
So I was just roaming the Tisari court premises, and I entered the court, one of the court. I don't remember the exact court number now, but I remember the incident that encouraged me, that paved the way to where I am sitting right now. So, two real brothers or two cousin brothers, I can't comment upon that, but two brothers that I know were fighting over it was a title dispute before the judge. And then it struck me that these two brothers that share a bond, and specifically in the Indian context, brothers are like everything, but they were fighting over a property or title dispute was there, and they were not having trust on each other that we can settle this dispute, but on a third person, that was the judicial officer that was presiding. So it's not just about the honor, but the trust that they have on that particular person, that particular authority. So that was the first motivating point for me, that no, if there is anything that I can do, to give back to the society also, so that can be while sitting there. So that paved the way from where this journey started and now where I am.
That's so great to hear. And how you prepared for it, how you started preparing?
I was very curious, since I've already explained my father was a lawyer. So I used to have access to all the AI or All India reports and the various commentaries that were there. So I was a curious reader back then. So in 12th class, I have decided that I want to pursue law, and now also I want to be a judicial officer. So in law school, see, law school, everyone there is to enjoy and also to, it's like that only. But yes, I was focused. So I without wasting any time, I wanted to, since I wanted to get into this without wasting any time, so I joined this institute way back in 2020 when the COVID struck the nation. And it was a privilege. I'll say I was privileged. Reason being that I was getting access to these classes and everything while I was sitting at my home. So without way, I actually utilized that particular period, and it paved a it actually worked out great for me.
So I just want to know which books you used, which guidance you preferred, and how you prepared. My basic core question is that what sources were there for you to prepare?
Since I've already explained that I joined the Ambition Law Institute, so I was getting access to everything from everything that is required to crack daily judicial services. Be the notes that were provided to us, be the lectures that were provided to us by the honored Alok sir, and the specifically the Bayer Acts. The Bayer Acts are like, if we are preparing, then also the journal Bayer Acts are also good. But the I'll say that the specifically the Bayer Acts provided by the Ambition Law Institute were of great help. Everything is so concisely put up. In addition to the sections, we can access to the recent case laws. We get short notes on it. We get the doctrines that are there in a specific act. We get substituted one words that makes us easily remember the entire section actually. So it worked out. The Bayer Act helped me a lot.
Great. So, can you please let us know, was it your first attempt or you earlier also attempted for DJS?
In fact, it was my third attempt at writing the Delhi Judicial Services exam.
Okay.
So the last two attempts were not so fruitful for me because I could not qualify beyond the main stage.
Okay.
So, but this time after I got the proper guidance and everything, it just went on, and I'm on my way to become a judicial officer, having cracked the Delhi.
So, for 3 times you have cracked the pre and mains exam for DJS.
That is
So, can you please give us some strategies, some tips and tricks?
what I realized, since I've told you that it's been a long journey for me, what I realized is that time management is everything. And specifically for DJS, since they give a very short period to for mains, be it be the preliminary exam. This time, initially we were getting only 24 days. The vacancy came in on 27th or 28th February, and the exam was scheduled for 24th March. First exam, 27th March, in fact. And then thereafter, the next schedule was that they're gonna take, like the previous experiences are there, that they're gonna take within, I think, 20 or 24 days they are gonna take the mains exams. So time management, if any person is focusing on for Delhi Judicial Services specifically, so you need to be ready for the mains examination while you are preparing for the pre-examination. That was the thing that I lacked in my first attempt because I was solely focused on the preliminary examination. But no, with proper assistance and proper guidance and everything, it's worked out great.
Students are generally scared and they get nervous while writing answers. So, they somehow lack in answer writing. Can you give some tips for that? How to write answers?
So far as the answer writing is concerned, again specifically for Delhi Judicial Services, the answers are to assess your analytical skills and not just what you remember for a section. So as much judgments as one can read, and that is only in addition to that specific thing that you focus on what is being taught in the classroom. If you're have listened to the listened to Alok sir or the other faculty members clearly, then you will not face any issue while the answer writing. And the mock test, they actually help you a lot because once you write the answer, you get the feedback from sir or the other sources. Then only you will see whether whatever field you are lacking in. And as so far as specific tips are concerned, read as many judgments as you can because judgments you will get to know the structure, what is being what is being sought for in by the Delhi Honorable Delhi High Court, by the Delhi District Courts. All these things will help you in writing your answer.
Great. So, can you please give us any further more tips on how to solve the mocks? How many mocks to be attempted? Is there any number like that?
Since it's been a long experience, in my suggestion, my advice to all the aspirants, be the Delhi Judicial Service aspirants or the other judicial services aspirants, will be solve your mock on a daily basis. The ones that are provided in the classrooms, seek more mocks. There will be a particular mock test that is there on a specific day, but you have access to everything here, particularly this, the Ambition Law Institute. Seek as many mocks as you can and try to solve at least 2 to 3 mocks of mixed subjects or of a specific subject in a day. This will help you understand that okay, I have read that section, I can recall that section number, I can even recall that section heading, the title of the section, but I might lack in the word whether it was I might not remember whether the word used was may, shall, or will. And if you regularly do this exercise, it will help you a lot. These particular words are can determine your final fate, I'll say. So as many marks and the ones that are specifically provided in a class, in your class, you should solve that.
Generally, we have seen the all the students, the aspirants, they focus over the interview specifically because they mug up for the pre, they mug up for the mains, but then they are very much nervous for the interview. So, can you give us any tips or strategy for interview?
I think the most easy and the relaxed part is the interview. Because firstly, my suggestion to all the aspirants qualifying the mains exams and going for the interview will be as relaxed, be as composed as you can. Don't start reading your bare acts, don't start reading your the entire commentaries, don't go for the notes. But that does not mean that you don't have to, even like go for the journal revision or anything. That is required, and they have already tested, like we all know that that is general knowledge, that we they have already tested you for your legal awareness, your legal acumen. So they don't want to test you again for that. Interview is all about how you present yourself, and presentation mandatorily includes how you dress and your command over the law. They don't, even if you hesitate a little bit, like, yes, in this, I'll tell my personal experience. This time, the honorable member presiding asked me 3 questions back to back of pertaining to criminal law and the judgments pertaining to it. So the first two questions were easily answered by me. The third one I was not aware. I could not recall at that time actually. So I straight away my answer was that sorry, I cannot recall at that time, and that was acceptable. It's not like that if they ask you 10 questions, you have to give 11 answers. Even if out of the 10 you give 6 answers, that will be sufficient. And the only thing that you have to do for the interview is relax. That's it.
That
Nothing.
was so great. So, did you refer to any particular test series? Do you want to ask the audience to go through any particular test series or any particular list of books for the same?
Since the I have already joined the institute, and so we were getting exposure to quite a number of mock tests at that time. So I practiced my answer writing, the question that was previously asked. So it helped me a lot. And these test series make you capable of understanding that yes, okay, I might have understood the law like in one way. However, when I apply it to a given situation, you know there might be a second interpretation to the law. And the good thing about Delhi Judicial Service is that there is no one interpretation. If you are able to explain the law and give a good conclusion, which can only be possible if you take the mock test series, like I did with this institute, with the Ambition Law Institute. So that will help you a lot.
Students are somehow lacking and they really face problem in learning the case laws, the sections. So, can you tell us any easy way in which the aspirants can go through and learn the sections and case laws in an easy manner?
Initially, I was also not able to, retain the specific section numbers. But I went through the Bare Acts multiple times, and for final revision, I refer to, this particular Bare Act. It has specific keywords, substituted words that will help you out. Like if I want to recall after 32 of the Evidence Act, what is 33 of the Evidence Act? So this has a specific word, so you can easily recall that okay, this word is associated with that particular section, so the answer will be 33. That is the technique for retaining the section numbers. And so far as the case laws are concerned, so for the landmark cases we all searched Google and this and that, so that is not resourceful, like, because there are tens and thousands of case laws available on Google. That's not going to help you. But the case laws are easily, available in your study materials only, the ones that are provided by the institute and the ones that are taught in the classrooms. And for recent case laws, again, there is the source that I have cited. I'll explain it with an example, that section 167 of the Code of Criminal Procedure regarding the default bail, generally known as default bail. So there were two conflicting case laws there, that whether the date of remand should be included or not. So the the case was there. The other case was, I think, titled Rustam. So both of them were having, and then they were referred to the larger bench by the Honorable Supreme Court. So what I wasn't aware and what I got to know was that at that specific time, there was liberty to the courts to apply in the given circumstances, and that was only made possible by referring to the resources that were provided to us by the institute. So it helped us a lot, because there will be, if there is a case law on point A, there will be a case law for point B. But what is the recent one that is to be applied? Like the recent one, so far as Section 65 of the Evidence Act, 65A/B of the Evidence Act is concerned regarding certificate, this law has been settled. If you refer to the old case laws, then you might get negative marking for that. But yes, you have to cope up with the recent case laws as well as keep in mind the landmark case laws for that.
So, you have covered a long journey. So, in such a long journey, wasn't there any moment in your life where you thought of just dropping it here only, and it's getting really chaotic, hectic? I'm not going to do this anymore. Like after you missed your mains, after you lagged for the another mains, and you couldn't go for the next level. So, didn't you feel like I'm not going to continue the preparation?
I was, when it was my second attempt at the mains examination, I was very much close to achieving this goal way back, but it did not happen. I think it was primarily for two reasons: that fate did not want me to have it at that stage, and that I lacked something.
Yeah.
Because the position that I will be holding, everything needs to be perfect. I might not have achieved that perfection level that was required to be a judicial officer, but yes, from that moment onwards, because that was my low, but from that moment onwards, I made it my life goal that no, I'm gonna achieve that particular perfection level that is required to be a Delhi judicial officer. And the only thought in my mind was that हो जाएगा, होना ही है. Only two things, हो जाएगा and होना ही है. This will keep on motivating you. Make it a life motto that yes, Delhi Judicial Service, Haryana Judicial Service, yeah, any judicial service that you guys are focusing on, हो जाएगा, होना ही है. But that is the only thing that kept on motivating me, that no, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. I made it my wallpaper, like I explained it previously, that yes, DJS हो जाएगा. And the moment I used to, open my phone to waste my time, and I used to see that wallpaper, and I instantly used to keep it like, okay, I have a goal in my mind and that I have to achieve.
That's so great. So, who do you want to thank for the success you have achieved, the position where you are standing right now? Who is behind that?
I think no one's gonna waste this opportunity to appreciate the efforts that your parents, your family, your close family, including your sisters or your brother, whosoever is there, put in. Like the level of sacrifices my parents have made for me, my sister has made for me. So I think they deserve my first appreciation because without them it would not have been possible. My father, my mother, my sister, all three of them have, contributed to me, made me a better person to understand the law and life, because that is all is needed. And secondly, it's been my brother, who was already a serving judge in the MP Judicial Services, Mr. Yashu Khurana, motivated me a lot, because at my low I used to talk to him. He was like, आपने बोला हुआ है हो जाएगा तो हो जाएगा. And my friends, but in addition to these were my close family and my extended family, this Ambition Law Institute, and specifically Alok sir motivated me like anything, I'm gonna say. So whenever I used to talk to him, he was like, "Don't worry, you are just at the at the door, and it's about to open. But be confident about it and be patient about it." So this list is who I will like to appreciate. I like to thank actually for being there in my entire journey.
So there are n number of aspirants around, those who are continuously preparing for DJs and many other judicial services. They are lacking somewhere, some are trying hard, and some have achieved it. So, do you want to give any motivational message to all the aspirants?
It's not impossible, and as we have all heard and we have seen it posted on the walls or in our books, law is nothing but common sense and logic. So if you understand that particular word, there is nothing stopping you from becoming a judicial officer. Trust the process, trust yourself. That's it. And during this time, particularly, please don't lose hope. There will be times that okay, नहीं हो रहा, कैसे होगा, नहीं. Manage your time well. If you manage your time well, then there is nothing you're gonna lose, but you're gonna achieve a lot. That's my that will be my two words to the aspirants.
That was so great hearing all this from you. So, I suppose all the aspirants are really motivated now for their judicial services preparation. I would again like to congratulate, and I would like to congratulate you along with your complete family for the
Thank you
great
so much.
success, because, as you told, and it is something which is believable, that the family is the first school. Family basically teaches us everything. So, obviously, the parents, the family, the extended family, close friends, everyone is behind your success. So, I would like to congratulate everyone behind you and you for your great success. And I wish you all the very best for the path which is waiting ahead for you.
Thank you so much for this honor.
So, this was all we could hear from Mr. Kashish, and that would be really all for the interview. All the best to all the aspirants. Thank you.